What's going on everybody, it's your boy Mr. Was and welcome to a new series on my channel where I'll be grinding 10 hours doing a certain skill, PvM related or just anything in general, and at the end of the video I'll be showing you how much I make. So make sure you leave a comment down below and give me some ideas what I can do for 10 hours, I always like to see your feedback. Also if you're new to my channel then click on that subscribe button and click on the bell and turn on them notifications. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Today I will be doing 10 hours of Chambers of Xeric. Now this won't be a solo 10-hour run, I'll be doing this in teams, mainly duos and trios, and a couple 4-man as well. Was really looking forward to this one just to see if we can get any purples in the 10 hours, so here we go. Now I thought I'd speed this video up just to show you some of the highlights of the raids from the 10 hours, otherwise this video would be way too long. But I'm just going to go through some of the rooms we're in and what they are about, and just talk about raids in general. Also I'll be showing you my gear setup and inventory setup for those who are interested. So raids is an endgame content where you get to fight loads of different monsters and bosses, and also it has some puzzle rooms as well. And at the end of rooms you complete with your team or on your own, you get to fight the final boss, which is called the Great Ulm. Also you get points as well, so the more points you get with your team, the more chance of you getting a very rare drop, which I'll show you in a picture now. As you can see there's 12 items to get, but there is a few items you want to try and avoid, especially if you're in a team. Now that is the Arcane Prayer Scroll, the Twisted Buckler, Din's Bulwark, Ancestral Hat and the Elder Maul, just because of their low price value. I suppose if you're doing this in a duo or solo it is nice, but obviously they are the worst drops to get. Now the ones I normally look for is the Dex Scroll, Dragon Hunter Crossbow, Ancestral Top and Bottom, Dragon Claws, Coda Insignia and of course the Twisted Bow, which is priced at over 1 bill. Now if you are lucky like I was, you can receive the Omelette Pet, which is a drop rate of 1 in 53, but don't get confused with this one because this is a 1 in 53 chance if you get purples. It is quite a low drop rate, but it's still hard to get as you need purples in order to get a chance of getting this pet. Now you can get here by receiving a drop in raids called the Ancient Tablet, and then you can use the tablet on your Xeric's talisman, which will instantly teleport you to raids as it is a far walk. If you don't have the tablet there is a couple of ways of getting here, but it will take a little bit longer, so you use your Xeric's talisman to the lookout, then running west following this path round, which you'll see in the red. Or the other option is in the pink by teleporting to the farming guild then running south. Okay, so I'm just going to show you what I've been wearing for raids as well as the inventory setup, but I won't go into too much detail as there's so many gear setups and inventory setups for raids depending on what boss rooms we have, as they are random every time. So I'm just going to quickly show you what I've been wearing most of the time and what I have in my inventory. So for the inventory setup we have 6 switches for range and magic, as I'm using a void setup, which personally is the best as I feel like I hit a lot more. But for mage I don't have void, I just use the best magic gear I can. For the pots I have 1 super combat for when you do guardians or Vassa when you attack the crystal, 1 ranger pot as you'll need that throughout the raids as that is your main attack style, 1 stamina because you'll be doing a lot of running around, a Sanfru Serum for shamans, and then we have 6 brews followed by 3 restores, and the last 3 items we have is a pickaxe which is used for guardians, a salve amulet for mystics and a dragon warhammer which is used for Ulm. Now for the gear setup this is the same every time I do a raid, so we have 4 void melee followed by the torture, max cape, the lance, a vernic defender, primordial boots, ruby dragon bolts E for when we're ranging, and I'm using an archer's ring just because we use ranged around 95% of the time during raids. Some people bring a berserker ring, or most commonly people bring a brimstone ring, which is a good all-round ring that gives bonuses in magic, ranged and melee, so that's probably one of the best options to take with you. Okay, so this is the 1 hour mark now and just about to finish the second raid of the day. I just love doing raids and I had a break from raids for a good few months, and it's only been recently when I've got back into it, and the same as my friends as well. It can be long doing a raid, but overall it's really fun, especially doing it with friends, and of course when you get closer and closer to killing Ulm, all you think about is purple, as obviously that's when you get the really rare drops, but normally you get the drop when you least expect it. If you don't get any purples that's fine, you still can get some really good drops, you can get some herbs, you can get planks, runes, you can even get some elite clue scrolls as well, so even if you don't get purples you can still get some good rewards. And the drops you don't want is what I just got, which is pure essence. The other drop is the Lizardman Fang, and the other one is Saltpeter, so try not to get them. Now the monsters I really like doing in raids is Vasa, which is what you can see on the screen now. There's Tightrope, mainly because of the good points. Ice Demon, just because I can safe spot them and use my fire spells, which can hit really high. And I don't mind Tecton. Now if I'm doing this in a duo, it's okay, but if you're doing this 3 or 4 man, it could be really AIDS and horrible. I used to like Mutadiles a lot as well, but I think they just hit way too often, and they could take all your brews, and sometimes the Z just don't work either, so it could be really AIDS at times. Okay, so we're 3 hours in at the moment and no purple as expected. I had a decent drop there. I got some Ranars, which is worth quite a lot, so that's probably the only decent drop I've had so far. But yeah, been quite unlucky with drops, no elite clues either, but it's still early on in the 10 hours, so things can only get better. Now the drop I just got, which is the Dark Relic, which is something you don't really want to see, as it's just as bad as getting the Pure Essence or the Fangs, etc. But at least with a Relic it grants you some XP using a skill of your choice, and I get around 15k XP from it, which is not too bad, but I assume it depends on what level your skill is as well. Okay, so we're 4 hours in, and I've been switching up with the teams, where I started at duo and then went up to trio, which is how I like it when I'm doing my raids. I don't really like any more than 3 people, as it gets really tricky, especially when killing Ulm, and you'll see the reason why later on in the video. Okay, so here is the first 4 man of the 10 hours, and you will see why 4 man is a bit too much. Because if one person messes up, it can take a while to sort yourself out, as there is so much going on in the Ulm room, and of course there can be some deaths as well. And of course if you die, you lose some points, which lowers the chance of you getting a purple drop. Okay, we are 6 hours in, so 4 more hours to go, and I ended up doing a 5 man raid, which, as I said before, any more than 3 people, in my opinion, can be really tricky and can be quite annoying, but let's see how this goes. So this is why doing this in a fairly big group can be really tricky, and you've just seen why. And on top of all that, I get the worst drop, which is the Lizardman Fangs, which is like the icing on the cake, so hopefully I don't get too many of them. We are 7 hours in, and back to the 3-man team, and I finally get something half decent from raids after 7 hours, and that is an elite clue scroll. Now maybe this is where things start to turn around for me, so let's see what we get from this clue scroll. We get 531k from that clue, on top of the other rewards we got from the raid, so that's around 700k, which is not too bad. I forgot to record this, but I did get another elite clue scroll in the next couple of raids, and we got the Mimic, and unfortunately we only got 275k. I should have recorded the fight, but like I said, I forgot to record, so I just thought I'd show you the rewards. And we get another elite clue scroll. This is my 3rd one doing the 10 hours, which is really nice. I knew my luck would change, seeing as I've been getting a lot of trash drops from the start, but I'm still waiting on that purple. So let's see what we get from this elite clue scroll. We get the casket, and unfortunately we don't get anything good. We only get around 200k, no masters, so let's get back onto the raid grind. So we just finished Ulm, and we get back-to-back elite clue scrolls. Now this is insane. It's a shame that the dynamite has gone down in price, because that would have been a really good bit of loot there. So we're going to open the 3rd elite clue and see what we get. I'm really happy about this because we get the casket, and I open and we get a master clue scroll. Really pleased with that, so can't wait to finish that and see what we get. Okay, so we've just finished our master clue, which took about 4 years, and we get 200k. I was a bit disappointed. I was expecting a bit more than that, but nevertheless I did get that from an elite clue scroll, so I can't complain really. So fingers crossed we get some better loot in the next few raids. Okay, so back to the grind now, and we're almost finished killing Ulm, And finally, we get our first purple drop. Was really pleased as well. Also, it was in my name. I kind of hid the chat so I didn't see what it was. So, what do you think we get? If you got it right, then well done. We got the Arcane Prayer Scroll. So disappointing, but at least it's a purple, but hopefully we get another one that's just a little bit better than an Arcane. We are 9 hours in, guys, 1 more hour to go. And towards the end of the 10 hours I thought, well, at least we got one purple I suppose and some clues. But then this happens. We get another purple. This time we get the Twisted Buckler. We did get trolled for a second or two just because it says Twisted at the start of the name. But nevertheless we did get another purple. It's only about 5 or 6 mil, but not too bad. And on top of that I got another Elite Clue Scroll. So not too bad at the end of the 10 hours. So let's complete this Elite Clue and see what we get. So we open the casket and we get a Mimic. And this time I will show you the fight just so you can see what it looks like. And I'm going to show you at the end what I get as a reward. So we get the casket, and unfortunately we only get 275k. So we're going to sell all the loot we've got from the 10 hours of raids, and we're going to see how much we have made. Okay, we have sold everything, and including all the clues and the 2 purples we got, I have made 14.5 mil. I made a little bit more than I expected, but I wish I did get better purples than the 2 we got today. But nevertheless, I really enjoyed the 10 hours grinding raids. So that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you give this video a like and comment below on what 10 hour video I should be doing next. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new, and also if you want to be within a chance of winning an old school RuneScape bond, then make sure you like the video, comment with your RuneScape name below, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.